never ends. Absolute mayhem. Diabolical drama slop content here for you. More Pegasus, what happened to Hasan and his orbiters? Apparently they just got destroyed. Alright, let's check out what happened to these massive today. Because it just happens every day. Let's go.
Welcome back to a series so genius. Even
Whoa.
Socrates subscribed.
Socrates.
In today's video, Hasan is now getting called out by more streamers. He's now crying over Destiny getting more mainstream attention than him.
Of course he is.
His own chatters are calling him out for running from debates from Destiny.
It's really bad whenever people like Destiny more than Hasan. That's really saying something.
Asmongold continues to dogwalk Hasan. Hasan's friends are now switching sides and supporting Ethan. The Reddit mods that are being sued by Ethan are getting absolutely cooked. Ultimate Gooning Lord Dan Clancy is in massive trouble because Twitch might be getting sued. Hasan's sim journalist Taylor Lorenz is giving the worst takes possible. Subscribe for more cinema than the movie theater. Powered by Jellywig.
Let's up those numbers!
Anyways, moving on to another streamer calling out Hasan. Irrelevant calls out Western streamers like Hasan for LARPing and piggybacking off the Palestinian movement for personal benefit.
Settler babies. I mean, yeah, I don't like the pro clutching from all of the lefties who are like, oh my god, what a disgusting thing to say when they say stuff like settler babies. You know, when they talk about going after children settlers. And it's like, oh, okay, you're literally just part of the problem. You're acting.
I just poured coffee all over myself, man. I was trying to react to this video. Now I smell like coffee. Okay.
Like you're one of the people in Gaza getting bombed, which I could be far more understanding of them being like, oh yeah, we just need to get rid of every single Israeli, including children. I could be far more understanding of that than some dude like Hasan Piker sitting inside of a mansion or some chick like fucking Frogan acting like she has any real connection to the region, LARPing about their, oh my god, no, you're fucking trying to piggyback off of the movement to be able to score points. It's ridiculous. I could be far more understanding of these groups. Fuck, I could be far more understanding of what that, I'm assuming, is Israeli say in that context than I can be to any of these bum-ass Western.
Wait,
I don't know who that guy was, but okay.
you're telling me Hasan Piker is a grifter? Impossible! What? I could never have seen this coming, guys.
No way.
You're telling me he actually doesn't care? Wow, my eyes have been
You're telling me that he's just straight up evil?
opened. Almost like we've been saying this shit for a while
No.
now. My god,
No
people are
way.
finally catching on. I do love the random stray directed at Froggen. Just like she cannot catch a break, bruh. Anyways, after
Dude, more and more people are talking about this guy and these people, and it's fucking great.
this, Hasan got called out by YouTuber Tyler Oliveira.
Oh,
Basically,
shit.
somebody posted this. Streamer Hasan Piker has been kicked out of the DSA convention in city of Chicago after licking the bean. He didn't
What?
actually get kicked out, by the way. There's a meme.
How does it feel?
Not even as hot as I thought it would be.
Dude, you can see handprints all over it. That's so fucking gross.
Not even as hot as I thought it would be.
Did you just lick it?
I did.
Put your mouth on it?
No.
Yeah, you're so cool, man. 35-year-old man actually doing this shit. Literally acting like one of those IRL streamers vandalizing random things. I mean, you're not really vandalizing anything. You're just, I guess getting some disgusting germs in your tongue or whatever. I mean, in any case, it's just cringe as fuck. Like, just
Yeah,
go
this
back
is
to
weird.
sitting in your mansion, bro. This is just genuinely embarrassing. So Tyler Oliveira calls him out. Dude is almost 40 years old, cosplaying as a frat bro and licking national monuments.
Almost 40. I thought he was like 42.
Yeah, honestly, this is like his best impression at being like a phase kid, trying to show people that he's hip and young and he can still be part of the cool kids. Like, dude, you're not impressing anybody, bro. It's just disgusting.
No, that's not true. I'm very impressed that he can keep up this facade.
Moving on to Destiny, Hasan having his Destiny derangement syndrome, the classic. So apparently now he's mad that Destiny is getting more like mainstream attention than him.
You talk like a rapper in an interview who talk about King Von. That's so funny. Yeah, dude, keep coping. He's yeah, I'm so scared. That's what I meant. I do love people who like try to present Destiny as this like scary individual as well, and not just like a repulsive freak. Yeah, dude, you're talking about him like you're talking about King Von, dude. Motherfucker went to Israel to defend the genocide, bro. There, what do you mean?
What?
You're just a weirdo creep.
I mean, if he's so stupid, just debate him and destroy him and like make him expose him as a fraud, right? Oh wait, he literally runs from him at every opportunity.
Yeah, he can't debate leftists. He can't debate actual leftists because he's pro-terrorism. He's not actually a leftist. He just pretends to be. He pretends to be on board with all the Rabo cult stuff. He pretends to be on board with all of the immigration stuff. Like it's just all a grift. It's all a grift so he can push his pro-terrorism nonsense because the right wing's not going to take it.
Bans his name in his chat. You can't even say Destiny. You have to type D, and people have to automatically assume what you're talking about there. Instead, he wants to debate slop tubers like Willie Mac Show or Ethan Klein or whatever, and he gets destroyed by them too when they aren't even political commentators. This is your entire life, and you suck at it. Like this is like challenging a McDonald's employee and making chicken nuggets and just absolutely obliterating them. It's like, it's so sad. Hasan throws shots while watching Destiny's CNN appearance.
Right here.
I like that these guys are like, this is our weapon. This is our secret weapon. If only Destiny will just like engage in spirited debate against Charlie Kirk. If only we can do this. If we can unleash what is he going to do? Charlie Kirk?
Why doesn't Hasan debate Charlie Kirk?
And film it? Like, what do you mean? If only we can get compromising footage of Destiny.
I know. I have a lot of interesting drinks. I used a French press, and now I've got this military cup full of apple cranberry juice.
Sucking Charlie Kirk's cock and filming himself in the process. Then we can just destroy this. We can destroy this whole charade.
Honest question, does anyone in America watch Hasan? You know, I'd love to lie and say no, but unfortunately people are really that stupid. Watch me, the master debater. Israel, racist, bad. Wow, you actually just summed up Hasan in like 3 words, actually. So Destiny responded to the clip of him and Noah jacking each other off. Destiny defends Willie Mac Show and hits Hasan with the soundboard.
Willie Mac Show's getting married to like an IDF lady or something. This makes sense.
They can't help themselves. Every single time they just have to bring up Israel.
He was the guy who did the big expose on like you with the Al Ali bombing, hospital bombing, right?
Yeah. He's a brilliant political, probably one of the best minds in politics right now.
Truth. Willie doesn't do politics, by the way. The only reason why Hasan has to say Willie does politics is because Hasan tried to debate Willie on politics and lost. And the idea that he lost to a commentary YouTuber in an area that was supposed to be like
I would beat him at a debate.
Supposedly his specialty.
All you gotta do is just not be pro-terrorism and you win.
Is literally a brain-breaking moment is the term we would use. It was a brain-breaking moment for Hasan Piker.
Dude, his brain it was already broken. You just shattered it.
Brain breaking.
Listen, it is my humble opinion that Hasan Piker could not out-debate your local crackhead, all right? This guy's just only arguments are that you're a slop tuber, you're a PDF file, or an Israel dick writer, all right? Brother, just give the slander a rest for a day. Anyways, then he calls out, like, Destiny orbiters, but the thing is, he thinks anybody's a Destiny orbiter. He's, like, adopting the terminology. I don't know if he's enjoying the terms that we've been using in the series here, but, yeah, seems like somebody wants their own memes.
Yeah, he's just catching on to the slang that the internet is using, but they don't realize that the slang was created because of him.
Those fucking dumbass orbiters that aren't even getting paid by the state of Israel.
He's straight up doing the trend thing, where you see people talking about something and you immediately also adopt that. I mean, that's what we did, but, like, Hasan denies that he does shit like that, and he totally, using the word orbiter, it's just straight up more evidence.
That guy, Destiny, that guy's girlfriend, I think, something like that.
I don't know.
There's some weird lore with them.
I don't know like the deep details of the lore and their background. I don't care. I don't care to know. It's just like,
but it's just like they're doing it for free because they are part of the orbit.
Yeah,
they're-
but it's
and then they
crazy.
join.
Yeah, I mean, just kiss already, man. The tension is crazy between Hasan and nice guy Hasan. No, but my question is like, why is every person like an Israel dick rider? Like anybody who disagrees with him is automatically branded this, and he knows how like rabid his audience is against anyone who supports Israel, right? And that's why he kind of does it. In fact, you would be better off being called a PDF file than an Israel supporter because his community will fucking tear you apart for it, right? Which is
Yeah, and
why
they
he
secretly love PDF files.
uses that insult there. And if you actually think that Israel is
I bet they have all kinds of PDF files on their computers and their phones.
paying people to criticize Hasan, I mean, that would be a fucking waste of funds, I feel like. But also, then that logic would apply to Hamas paying you or something, all right? Anyways, after this, Hasan's chat was like trolling him about his journalistic puff pieces, right? Basically saying, you know, he's paid for all this, you know, PR. People like Taylor Lorenz who write like glazing articles about him because they're like pathetic simps or they agree with the extremism or whatever, right? So Hasan
She probably wants to get with him, but she's too old.
explains why his media run is actually organic, right? Organic, obviously.
Hey, bro, the article is as requested. Just remember to make the payment to the usual account, 10K as agreed. Yeah, 20K. It's 20K. I'm paid 20K per. It's so funny to think that like all these mainstream media hits aren't coming because like, you know, a lot of mainstream media was just like objectively wrong about the election outcomes. So they're going after like someone who does have a fairly large young male audience and was objectively right, or at least was like much closer to the truth about all the issues that he foresaw in the campaign. So they're looking for someone who didn't get things wrong in the liberal media sphere,
So
who
they
is
got
seen as a
Destiny.
person who is able to captivate the attention of young men.
Ah, yes, the supreme male role model, of course. All the young boys look up to Hasan as this value of, I guess, integrity, honesty, and of course the most important value,
it seems that people think that Destiny is more valuable than Hasan.
terrorist glazing. That's
just
like
sad.
number one on the list, of course. Holy shit, dude, you gotta realize that nobody fucking likes you except, I guess, simps, male feminist soy boys who are trying to creep on women, it seems like. That seems like your orbit. One of your friends got exposed as well for that, so I don't know. Or it's like weird ass, you know, degenerate gooner mods who are thirsting after high schoolers or whatever. It just seems to conveniently repeatedly be the case that, you know, every Hasan supporter is in some sort of a way extremely flawed. Right, so after this he talks about the Mudahar drama.
And dude, they always look like what you'd think they'd look like. They're always like these skinny, scrawny dudes that are like out of shape with glasses and has like a scraggly beard and like this weird, like broccoli cut hair, this like permed and pushed over to the side a little bit. It's always those types of dudes. Or it's the sweaty fat guys in their mom's basements, unemployed, bald, with a ponytail. You know what I mean? The Reddit mod types. It's always one of those two.
Again, basically trying to get all the heat off him and just pick on, you know, somebody else. Give everyone another person to go after, right? So basically what some of the drama was that Muda didn't actually have an engineering degree and he called himself an engineer, right? Some people cared about that, some people didn't. But
Yep,
anyways,
don't give a
Hasan
shit.
then tries to brag about his own degree in poli-science. Obviously that's ended up very well here. In fact, they're trying to hype up liberal arts poli-science degrees from state schools.
I don't think you've mentioned your actual poli-sci degree, even in the context of political commentary, as much as Muda has mentioned his fake.
A political science degree. Imagine having a political science degree and being a garbage political commentator who glazes terrorists. Like, yeah, you're really utilizing that political science degree.
Engineering degree and certification. Yeah, I don't ever
Well, yeah, he did that and he learned how to engineer people. He learned how to manipulate people easily into being pro-terrorism.
talk about my degree at all. I don't even talk about, like, I just,
Because
who
he
gives a
uses it every day to manipulate people. He knows how people think in the masses. He went to college for it. He's got a degree.
shit, you know? Maybe I should. I feel like libs respond to that more. I'm like, I have a degree in this. This is my degree. This is what I've
Dude,
brought it
nobody
up when people
cares.
have asked
Nobody cares about your stupid degree in political science.
me. You should sometimes. Yeah, I should be like, I have a poli-sci degree. This is
Nobody that I follow for politics has a political science degree. Most of the guys that I follow for politics didn't start out rich, and they also aren't pro-terrorism.
I have a diploma. I graduated with honors. I'm a political engineer. Once a month? No, with his frequency. I should be doing it with the frequency that he's doing it, which is seemingly every video. This motherfucker's like, as a computer science engineer, I think you should sit down when you're pissing. It's like, you didn't need to qualify that. Why did you have to bring up your fake degree / fake profession to explain something that's...
Of course Hasan cares about this. And nobody else cares about it. Always. Like, even with the smallest issues, he's always got the wrong take. He's always on the wrong side. Why? What the fuck is it with this guy? What is it? It's like he sees that all of the good people are following something or behind something, and he's like, oh, I know. Let's talk shit about it.
Utterly irrelevant. He literally said, I'm a political science engineer. I'm a political science major, and as a poli-sci degree holder with honors, by the way.
If you say poli-sci, I immediately think that you are a massive fucking F word.
I think Elon Musk is not so smart.
Hasan has an honors in terrorist dick riding. Bro's a diploma in Hamas dick sucking. Special forces of Hezbollah glazing. Brother, I mean this with all sincerity here. Nobody gives a fuck about your poli-science degree. If anything, it's a detriment now. Like, everybody knows that if you graduate with that degree, you're gonna end up like Hamas Piker here. Holy shit. Hopefully not, but it seems like you're not doing a good job to bolster this degree's reputation here. Then Hasan continues his classic strategy.
I went to college for politics. That makes me smarter than you about how the world works. Hasan Piker.
Of calling everybody PDF files, and he shares a meme about it. Hasan gets sent a blast-off tweet accusing his enemies of being pedos. Says it's funny, but he can't post it due to how Asmongold would react.
We can't use that.
You know what Hasan Piker reminds me of? He reminds me of the troll from Harry Potter and is it the Sorcerer's Stone? There's a troll in the dungeon!
That blast off is funny, but it'll get me in a lot of heat. Asmongold will continue to try to, cry about it and be like, yeah, this guy I've been calling a terrorist, he's defaming me. Yeah. Give me a different blast off one. Give me a different blast off. I don't want to fucking deal with the drama, bro.
Yeah, guys, I don't want to deal with the drama, but everybody that criticizes me is...
I don't want to deal with the drama, but I want to be pro-terrorism, and I want to keep talking about drama. But I don't want there to be drama talking about me.
Automatically a PDF file. What a wonderful guy to ever disagree with, right? Instantly gonna get branded like the worst of the worst. You just gotta love any sort of discourse with Hasan Piker here. I'm just saying, bro's lucky he's rich. All right, I feel like a bunch of people would be jumping to sue him, but there'd be a long ass legal battle with this socialist money. Anyways, moving on to this next part. If you remember, Hasan actually called out Asmongold for only doing his content for validation and not for money, which is kind of like a good thing. He's not doing it for money, but whatever. He's doing it for validation and support from yes men and stuff like that. Well,
which I think doing it for validation is just as bad as doing it for money. Like, you have to be validated? What? Who fucking cares?
Asmongold responded.
He's doing this for having a shit ton of yes men. And if you do that because you have...
Couldn't I just say that about him? Because there's a lot of people that agree with him. There's a lot of people that agree with me. I mean, to say that you're only saying something for like one viewpoint, that's fine. But like you could say about anybody, right? I mean, like here's a good question, right? When was the last time that Hasan really went against his audience? When was the last issue that Hasan had the majority of his audience disagreeing with him with? Never, right? What a coincidence. Think about the fact that yesterday and the day before, I've said multiple times that, I think the internet ID thing is inevitable. And I think the solution to it is what I said it was, right? With an authentication token. The majority of my audience disagrees with me on this. Most people are not on my side. So if you're really looking for the person who...
Okay, like, Asmongold's not saying he's for this. He's saying this is inevitable. And I agree, it is true. it is inevitable that we will all be tracked directly. They're not just going to be taking our data anymore. They're going to be tracking us directly and still taking our data. And they will know exactly who, where, and what the data came from. And they'll know exactly what you're doing, what you're into, who you are, what you're about, more than you yourself even know.
Who's only doing it for validation and yes men, you should try to look really in the mirror, because
everything he says is projection. Every single fucking thing he says about anybody else, always projection.
Person who very regularly says things that a lot of my audience disagrees with. And I don't mind that at all. That's okay.
Yeah, so the thing about that is that if you're a chatter and you disagree with Hasan, you're just straight up getting banned. And if you're a creator and you disagree with Hasan, you're getting harassed for the rest of your life and slandered by Hasan and his orbiters, kind of like what happened to Ethan, right? So Hasan being in this, the most massive echo chamber ever, and he's talking about yes men. It's just crazy. Like, who is the guy right behind you in that clip, bro? A literal physical yes man. You got Noah Samson there sucking you off in the puck chair or whatever, and you literally swap out this person every other week. I mean, imagine degrading yourself to that level where you're sitting in that goddamn chair behind Hasan, dude. Holy shit. Like, these people have no level of self-respect at all. And personally, I don't really think you need to have like crazy takes or whatever, because you're not going to get majority of people disagreeing with you in any case unless you say some real stupid shit, right? And in my opinion, you know, Asman also has some pretty stupid takes. His take about internet ID was stupid in my opinion, right? A lot of his opinions I don't.
Well, I mean, I don't think it was. I disagree. I don't think it was stupid, because I think he's saying like, this is inevitable. This is going to be the only way that this is going to work. And I agree. True. He's not saying like, this is what we should do. This is perfect. This is how everything should be. No, he's saying like, this is what it's leading to, and this is how to get around it.
Like, right? But I doubt he's gonna hate my guts for mildly disagreeing with him, right? Unlike Hasan, if I ever disagree with him on any point.
And I disagree with Asmongold all the time. If you watch this channel a lot, then you know that like, at least once a video, every video that I watch from Asmongold, he says something that I completely disagree with. I even disagree with more Pegasus here every once in a while.
I'm, you know, his orbiters are going to put bounties on my head, right? So it's an entirely different world these people are living in, right? Also, I just don't get the point of, oh, you're doing content for validation. I mean, you're doing a job. The side effect is maybe validation or whatever. That's like saying, oh, I can't believe you're an accountant, bro.
And by the way, he is lying. He is doing it for money. That is a complete bullshit lie. If he wasn't making money from it, he'd be doing something else.
You're only doing that shit for validation from your boss. You're getting a salary, you're doing your job. Yes, you get a bit of validation. I mean, that's part of life, right? So, I don't know. It's just a stupid argument from Hasan. Obviously, just yapping like...
Yeah, that's the whole Mudahar thing. Like, YouTube isn't my job, but I can't quit YouTube because it makes too much money.
He does on stream. Anyways, moving on to NMP. Now, you guys probably remember that guy from, you know, laughing about dead kids, making these edgy jokes or whatever.
They don't have much to live for anyways. It's okay. When they're older, every job is going to be AI.
And he was defending Hasan as being, like, politically savvy. He was calling him, like, more well-versed in politics than Asmongold, which is, like, Hasan is less well-versed in politics than a fucking rock, okay? Like, let's not talk about that. Well, apparently, he's been converted to Ethan's side. Now, I don't know what's happening here. Maybe he's a watcher of the legendary series.
Yeah, maybe he just saw a few clips. A few clips is all it takes.
But hey, this is amazing. NMP is loving Ethan Klein going after Redditors in his lawsuits.
A fucking court thing going on.
Yeah.
He's suing people because they reacted to his video.
But with the intent to take money away from him.
Okay. So with the intent.
I've seen this guy before. Where have I seen this guy?
Intent to take money away from him.
I think so. This is one thing I don't really know about, but what I do know, and what I find funny, because you know me, I have a lot of haters on Reddit. This guy is going after Redditors, and the courts are like helping him. So like Redditors are gonna have to go to court.
I fucking love that.
Yes, I think that's fucking great because people be yapping too much, man.
Yeah.
You know, imagine,
yeah, and nobody's doing anything on these platforms to these bad actors that everybody agrees is bad. And it just keeps getting worse and nobody does anything. Reddit doesn't do anything about these bad actors. Twitch doesn't do anything about their bad actors.
You want to make up some lies, Mr. Redditor? You got $30,000 to burn on a lawyer?
So you were living vicariously through Ethan and fucking going after Redditors.
Just in that specific case. I don't know about the rest of it.
You think is he winning?
I have no idea. I just again.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Oh god.
Oh, he's winning on the internet, definitely. Even if he loses in court, he won the internet.
Guys, I just don't know about the rest of it. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, buddy, please, okay? This guy is in Reddit comments and Discord messages, literally
yeah, there's no shot. Anybody who is terminally online says they don't know what's going on with this and they're staying out of it, they're full of shit. They just don't want to say anything bad about their golden boy, Hasan. They don't want to be held in bad graces with Twitch.
bragging about his YouTube short views. You know this guy is completely terminally online. He definitely knows all the drama that's going on, but he's kind of like, I don't want to piss off my best friend Hasan, obviously, but also I support Ethan here. So this...
Yeah, he doesn't want to piss off Hasan because Hasan is Twitch's golden boy, and he really, by extension, he doesn't want to piss off Twitch.
This is a Ludwig maneuver, where it's like, hey, I want to give my opinion, but also I want to keep my friendship with Hasan, right? Like, shut the hell up, you absolute pathetic loser. Oh my god. Grown-ass man scared to give his actual opinion. This is just pathetic, all right?
Yeah, on a channel where he gives his opinions. Fucking whatever, man.
It's okay. We know you're on Ethan's side. I will be speaking for you. Don't worry. Every YouTuber that is scared to speak out against Hasan, I will take on your mantle. All right, I'll do it here. The thing is, what these people don't actually realize is that a Hasan crash out is inevitable. All right, you can't stop him from crashing out at you. You can sneeze in the wrong direction and he will sever ties with you. All right, so stop trying to defend this fucking...
Yeah, he's not careful. He is not. He slips up all the time. And I think an inevitable major slip up is coming.
False friendship. You don't like each other, all right? And just come to the right side. Join us in relishing the Ethan Klein revenge arc here, right? And rebuild your goddamn spine, or you're gonna end up like Jellywig. You're gonna end up becoming an intro to the most legendary series. Okay, maybe that's actually a good thing, all right? Maybe we can add NMP somewhere. But hey, I will still say rare NMPW here because he did show some support for Ethan here.
It was like a half W. Well, I'll give him a half a point.
Which is way better than what he was doing before, defending Hasan and stuff like that. Look how Nick is pretending he doesn't know about the cases against Hasan friends and tries to skirt
that's why it's a half a point. He's pretending to not know.
Around it. He knows full well about those cases. I tell you, people are gonna have to pick a side soon, Hasan or Asman. Moving on to leak.
Yeah, it really is like a war between Hasan and Asman. And Hasan can't win. It's like good and evil fighting each other online. It's fucking crazy.
Legal mindset. He was talking about the Reddit mods actually getting lawyers, right? Basically, Ethan subpoenaed Reddit to find their identities in order to sue them, but they got lawyers trying to, you know, dismiss the motion or whatever. So it turns out apparently they might be fighting amongst themselves, and Reddit themselves might get involved.
The H3 dude, it's getting so much worse. Things are spiraling out of control. I love it.
Snark mods
so twisted
have banded together and hired a boutique law firm. They've hired this lawyer is to challenge our subpoena request.
And at the end of the day, the thing is they're wasting their money. I don't see any way in which they're able to successfully challenge it and not ultimately lead to subpoenas that would ultimately end up with disclosure. Like, I don't see this as a winning move. I don't think it can go past the subpoena fighting, because I think after the subpoena, they each have to get their own attorneys, because as we talked about with Casey Tron and Denims, they are adverse to each other. They are really adverse to each other. I think the mods are probably more adverse to each other than Casey Tron and Denims, because they are being sued as a collective.
Yeah, they're going to start throwing each other under the bus real quick.
And we don't know how to portion out the liability, because I think this could end up really weakening Reddit by the people that think they have access, and kind of exposing the fact that Reddit has been run by a very small group of people that have access to the people at the top and have been the only people talking to them and have been controlling
the same thing that's happening at Twitch.
The tone of Reddit, the overall direction of Reddit, the climate of Reddit, which we all know, right? Just like Twitch, right? There's certain people that exert extraordinary influence on Twitch, right?
Yeah, I mean, it really seems like they're in the shitter completely. They just gotta desperately try and hide their identities while also simultaneously.
I guarantee you, some of the people trying to hide their identities directly work at Reddit. I guarantee you.
Fighting a legal battle, so that's kind of like really hard to do, right? Especially when the lawyers have your names as well, so there's just like no hiding from this. Eventually they're going to have to give their names up as well, because the only way they win this is if they convince the judge that this was a fraudulent lawsuit or whatever, and that Denims, Frogan, and Casey Tron are actually in the right, so they have to fight another case that they're not even a part of. So yeah, it's just completely cooked for them. I don't know, it's not fun being a Reddit mod, being a fucking terminally online hating Reddit mod with 9 fucking alt accounts or whatever. Goddamn. But anyways, moving on to Twitch. Woo! Apparently Dan Gooning Lord Clancy is in trouble now, because we got the other Dan Saltman here.
Dan Saltman, that's that guy's name. I've been seeing him every once in a while here recently.
Saying that he's been working with some attorneys to sue Twitch.
Yeah, but you know, everyone keeps saying this never comes.
I have that shirt. I have that Pantera shirt. That's the anniversary vulgar display of power. I think it's the 20th anniversary.
And, you know, attorneys are just very slow. But I'm working with a very large group of attorneys that wants to destroy Twitch. So I'm hoping that they will be successful. I'm just, every day, they're like asking me for a huge amount of information.
Oh, damn. Wait, I don't have that shirt anymore.
And every day, I just give them everything I have. And
I forgot, it literally melted off of my body.
That's it.
All right, here we go. Let's listen to this.
Been like that for months.
Yeah, I mean, legal processes take ages, so it's probably gonna be a while. I mean, even if we look at the CoffeeZilla versus Logan case, it's been like 2 years. It's
gonna go on for a couple more years longer.
Gonna take another 2 years to actually resolve. I imagine the case is something to do with the anti-Semitism on the platform. It's pretty open and clear,
and straight up pro-terrorism, not just anti-Semitism. Pro-terrorism.
Imagine you can provide pretty solid evidence of that, considering recent events involving a certain Mike from PA, right? So then he talks about...
And just like the wink wink nudge nudge from Hasan Piker to his audience.
About what he would do if he found Dan Clancy IRL. And personally, I'd keep like a fucking 50-mile distance from that...
Yeah, you could probably smell him.
Degenerate...
He probably smells like sour milk.
Freak! Man, okay, that guy's like hands are probably emanating goo or something, all right? I wouldn't go next to that guy.
Real quick, I'm going to run into this guy eventually, Dan Clancy. And I want you to know that it's not going to be cordial on either side. So I hate him because I think he is probably one of the defining factors of creating...
I don't think you should hate people. I don't think you should. I think you should try and convince them to come over to your side. I think that's how you do it. And if you can't, then, you know, you got to do what you got to do, but still don't hate him.
Anti-Semitism online. And he hates me for a lot of reasons. One, I've made his job incredibly difficult. But two, there's been other shit. Like I've exposed, like, you know, the various porn accounts of DJ Clancy 999 that were left public with their favorited videos. Like he does not like that their DanClancySucks.com exists. Like he is not, like he hates me as much as I hate him, and that's impressive.
Wait, you're telling me DJ Dan Clancy isn't grateful?
I don't think Dan Saltman is that great of a person, but I also think that he's a better person than Dan Clancy.
That he was exposed as a terminal gooner? What? I thought he was proud of it. Considering he has no problem metaphorically sucking on Hasan's shalong on a regular. I think I understand. I think he just doesn't want his expert methods to be exposed. You know, he has a very, very special rag, a very special sequence of videos,
I don't like when we talk about Dan Clancy on this channel because it always gets into this really gross gooner territory.
Special individuals noted down for the deed. You can't be leaking such valuable information to the masses, guys. Dan is actually writing a book about...
Don't say leaking.
This, how to become the ultimate gooner. The supreme technique perfected by DJ Dan Clancy. Anyways, moving on to Taylor Lorenz, rank #1 simp. So basically she decided to...
What in the fuck?
Talk about Little Tay. Basically, quick context, Little Tay was this influencer who was exploited by her family for a very long time, and she has
And her audience.
A big internet presence. She was like a kid. You probably remember her from like flexing her money or whatever.
Yeah, people were counting down the days for her to open up her OnlyFans.
But she recently turned 18 and she started an OnlyFans at 12:01 a.m., right? And literally made like $1 million in 3 hours.
That's really creepy and fucking gross. And you know that she was underage whenever she took those photos, which, you know, by a few hours, I don't see much of that being the problem. I think the problem is the fact that people were waiting on it and people bought it that at that 1 minute mark.
So it just shows like how degenerate people are, how misguided she actually is as well. So it's like deeply
Yeah, I'm waiting on that Amanda Bynes type crash out.
disturbing on both sides and just like a reflection of society in general. And then we got Taylor and her friend Kat, another, you know, hack journalist here, somehow defending this.
She looks like she got a unibrow. Oh God, that was the wrong place to pause.
The ultimate goal here of this sort of moral panic is just to re-entrench and uphold the ability to control women and strip
Oh God, to be able to control women's
autonomy from them.
Right, that's why
What
people
the
are mad.
fuck? Dude, if you talk like that, get the fuck away from me, man. I am going to humiliate the fuck out of you.
Women have autonomy. That's the big issue here. Not the fact that a girl instantly turns 18 and is making an OF. And there's literally thousands of creepy ass men instantly buying this, waiting for her to turn 18, like literal PDF file type behavior.
And they wouldn't have waited if they weren't afraid of being caught. They wouldn't have waited. They would have been perfectly fine with even her 9-year-old self, 14-year-old self. Preferable for them, actually.
We're calling this pre-ordering, you know, people doing literal countdowns like, oh, there's only 3 days
Yeah,
left.
that's like Howard Stern doing the countdown to the Olsen twins turning 18. That's fucked up.
That is obviously extremely like degenerate behavior, but no, people are mad because women have autonomy. Of course, that's the issue.
To do this, I have Kat Tenbarge here. Kat is an amazing journalist who covers misogyny and the internet on her newsletter, Spitfire News.
By the way, when they say they cover misogyny, they don't actually cover misogyny.
Yeah, they just hate men.
It's basically just straight up hating men.
Yep.
It's never really
Every time.
about supporting women. So anyways.
Yeah, the so-called anti-misogynists are, what would it be? Paternagist? I don't know. What's the opposite of that for men, where you hate men?
Somebody calls out just how messed up this shit is, and then Taylor defends it. So somebody said Lil Tay launched an OnlyFans on her 18th birthday and made over 1 million in just 3 hours. OnlyFans must be banned.
I'm pretty liberal about what I think the rules of internet sex work should be, but there should be laws about child influencers and porn. Again, she is not a child influencer. She is an adult.
Yeah, but 5 minutes ago, she was a child influencer, you freaking weirdo. Yes, she is technically an adult now, but this whole phenomenon is freaking degenerate and creepy, and there needs to be some sort of rules around it. Isn't it slightly concerning to you that girls can just turn 18 and instantly ruin their entire lives? And before even trying to get a...
Yeah, I think that regular people should not be making porn. I think that people should not be making porn. I think porn should be banned from the internet. I don't think it should be illegal or anything. I just think that it should be banned from the internet. Like straight up actual porn. Not even softcore porn. Let's not even ban softcore porn. Just like the hardcore stuff. Like if we got some titties popping online, sure, whatever. But if we're showing all the goods, no, let's not be doing that.
Job or try any other avenue, they instantly go on OnlyFans. But no, you'll see later that apparently she's like a straight up OnlyFans glazer. She thinks it's like a good thing for society.
But their response is not to criticize the men, criticize the patriarchy, criticize the systems that sort of led
Yeah, demons are going to convince you that all of the wrong, evil things are actually good things.
to this. But it is to ban OnlyFans, the platform that has enabled basically safe sex work for millions of people.
Of course, how could I be so dumb? OnlyFans is actually a good thing, guys. I thought everybody agreed.
Yeah, raising the model minimum age to 21, that'd probably help a lot, but it's not going to really solve the issues.
That OnlyFans is like straight up ruining society, you know? Turning so many people's lives upside down, from women ruining their lives to men becoming more pathetic day by day. Now, I don't know if it should be banned or whatever, but there definitely needs to be a bit more regular.
I think it should be banned from the clear internet. Maybe we should have, I talked about this before, the clear web that everybody can access, and then you get the closed web that only certain people can access, and then you get the deep web that like you can only access if you know how to access it. You know, I think we need to have that closed web there in the middle.
You know, maybe up the age.
I actually don't think that we should, but with the censorship things cracking down on everybody, I think we really just need to separate the internet.
From like 18 to, I don't know, 20 or something like that. I don't really know the solution exactly, but I just find the whole thing.
Separate the internet. Yeah, that's a pretty good solution. Have a, in quotes, family-friendly internet. That's the clear web that everybody can access. And then if you can get the technology to access the closed internet, then do that, which would probably just be like an app with some verification, which I don't want, but that's a way to fight against actual censorship where nobody can be online and do whatever they want.
So weird, and I find it weirder that these two flippin' journalists who are supposed to care so much about women don't give a single fuck about this girl being exploited. And she talks about how nobody is criticizing the men. I mean, how many times did I just say it? The men are so creepy and pathetic and weird. And then they talk about Bonnie Blue, the woman who slept with 1,000 men in a day, right? And she's 26, all right? This isn't like an 18-year-old or whatever. So she definitely had complete autonomy to do this, but again, it's the men's fault.
All this cultural momentum around condemning typically the girl or young woman herself versus holding perpetrators of grooming and sexual violence accountable.
Okay, Bonnie Blue is 26. What excuse does she have? What are you even talking about? Yes, again, I disavow the men. The men are super degenerate for taking part in this. I personally think you have zero self-respect if you take part in something like this. But come on, Bonnie Blue definitely has some responsibility in this situation. 1,000 men in a day? Like, she's choosing to do this and choosing to use this to go viral. It is a grown adult woman making her own.
Yeah, she's definitely, like, I don't know, man. Nobody's gonna be talking about her in 10 years except for this one event that she's famous for, and her looks are going to be fading, and she's going to be freaking the fuck out. She's going to be depressed, and it's probably going to end in necking herself. And that's really, really fucking sad.
Own decisions, and those decisions happen to be freaking disgusting. But no, you will never see these two ever criticize women in any capacity ever. All women are queen, according
probably because they're not pretty enough to be exploited.
Taylor and this cat person.
So they have no idea what it's like.
It's not always the work of some hierthe patriarchy forcing her to do this. She is choosing to do this. She's choosing to be a degenerate. Then they start glazing.
I just want to point out, like,
forcing her to do this.
Let's get back to it. She's already at 26 got work done. You can tell. Look at her cheeks. Look at her lips. Look at her chin. Like, she's already got so much work done. You know that she's so insecure. And it's just downhill from here, man.
To do this. She's choosing to be a degenerate. Then they start glazing OnlyFans again. I really don't know why. You would think as people who want to lift up women, they would be criticizing OnlyFans, but no, they're completely fine with it as long as women are the ones profiting.
OnlyFans really changed the power dynamic. It also flipped the power dynamics in the porn industry, where it gave women autonomy, and it gave women and men, all sex workers, the ability to kind of have agency over their own image, over
all that this is really doing is allowing giant corporations to exploit people better and legally
for their own kind of like boundaries, all this stuff. So I would say it's like kind of quite a positive development, and I think there's a reason why they're targeting that.
Yeah, if you think OnlyFans is a positive,
it's definitely a positive for the executives who run OnlyFans.
You're probably one of the most fucking delusional people on earth. I mean, to be fair, this is a Hasan Glazer, so obviously she can't be having any real decent opinions here. I think in their mind, they think that OnlyFans is just making people quit prawn and go straight to OnlyFans. In that sense, they think it's a positive, right? But that's not the only...
People are making millions and millions of dollars, don't you see? People are becoming more successful than ever. People who would never would have garnered this kind of success
thing it's doing. It's literally introducing new people to this sort of work. Literal random college girls are signing up for this.
Yep, girls who have or have had an OnlyFans out of the dating market for me. Get out of here. I don't want anything to do with you.
Shit immediately, thinking they can make $1 million, and the barrier is so low.
And sure, they can make $1 million, but they're going to be depressed and lonely for their entire lives. And they're going to end up either alone or with somebody that they hate. Just to settle.
Right? That it's encouraging more people to even step up and do it and be like, hey, I guess this isn't as, degen as prawn, which I would never do, but then I'm gonna go do this, and this is arguably ruining my life in the exact.
Yeah, when you go and buy a new car, you really don't want to fuck it up. You want to keep it as clean and as nice as possible for as long as possible. You go buy a used car, you still want to do that, but you just don't care as much. Oops, I hit the side of my car on a barrier and it scratched up the side. It was a used car. I don't really care. It was already kind of beat up. Like, that's the same shit. Same shit.
Same way. I mean, most of these girls don't even make a livable wage. It's only these few people who already have a massive following that actually end up getting these insane numbers.
Yeah, I see a lot of girls on Facebook begging people to join their Discords to pay for their OnlyFans. And like, I saw one girl that was like, selling content, $10 each. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? That's what you've put, that's the worth of your body. $10. Holy shit.
And brainwashing these girls into thinking they can as well.
When a woman makes $1 million for herself on her 18th birthday, that's what should be criminalized.
Yes, and it's so clear that the biggest issue, like that tweet that specifically said, like, she made $1 million in 3 hours, OnlyFans must be banned. It is no accident that they're linking her ability to create wealth from this platform autonomously to the idea that the platform should be banned. Because these people are not anti-sexual exploitation of women and girls. They just don't want women and girls to be able to make that choice for themselves, or crucially, to be able to profit from it.
I think there's this anger when women seize economic control.
Of course, that's.
No, I'd rather just have no sexual exploitation of anybody. Get rid of that shit. Especially kids, especially girls.
Why people are mad, right? It has to be some sort of jealousy or.
Yeah, these people are full of shit. They're just like blowing smoke, saying things that they want to be true. They want the things that they're saying to be true so bad. They're trying to manifest it to be true, but it's just not.
For men just being angry at this. It can't be genuine concern for women being exploited, genuine concern for the pathetic state of society. So then Taylor defends it again, saying that it's okay because I had friends in college at 18 years old who went to the strip club.
Do I think that she's making these decisions in the best headspace? Like, do I love that she's like doing it right?
Nobody ever does. Nobody ever does. Porn stars always end up fucked up.
At her 18th birthday? No, but again, like I said, I mean, I had friends in college that like they turned 18 and went to the strip club because they knew that they could make money. And we have.
Yeah, that's different though. There's only like at most 50 people a night that are going to see you, and they don't know your name. They don't know anything about you. They just know that you were a girl up there on the table or on the stage or whatever. But with OnlyFans, millions of everybody can see you. Millions of people can see you anytime they want, and they know your name. They know where you live. They know everything about you.
This fetishization of youth as well, where like the same people posting this are also posting things that like, you know, women need to have kids as young as possible. Their eggs are drying up. Like they're the one posting like all of this like ageist red pill bullshit.
Yeah, way to cite some random tweet with no likes even shown to indicate your point there. That's basically what you do when you actually have nothing to back up your arguments. And yeah, spoilers, your friends in college are also the victims to this sort of degenerate culture. It should not be normal to immediately turn 18 and sell your body. That should be a very fringe % of the population.
Oh, we'll see people stop doing this whenever these OnlyFans models get a little bit older and their lives completely fall apart. People will stop doing it. There will still have a lot of people doing it, but it won't be like massive like it is now.
Also, who the fuck is friends with Taylor, bro? I can't imagine what kind of a person would be okay with having this absolute freak as your friend. I'd literally
somebody who like will lie with her about the same shit, the same ways. Yeah.
rather toast or bath.
Who were basically saying like, the problem isn't that her OnlyFans content exists. The problem is that men are paying for it. Because there's this really common refrain that basically is like, you're less of a man, you're less masculine if you pay for porn. You should be stealing porn, essentially. And any sex worker who you talk to will talk about this.
No, you should not watch porn, especially paying for it.
Massive issue, which is that frequently like their content gets stolen.
Oh my god, that's not what they're talking about. They're not saying that you should steal OF creators' content.
Yeah, they're just saying bullshit that they want to be true, hoping it's true, trying to manifest it to be true, and it's not. It's fucking retarded.
And that's behind a paywall. They're saying, factually, it is pathetic to pay for OnlyFans, to pay for pictures of some random women online, or to pay for like a personal message or whatever. It is really like bottom of the barrel behavior. And you'd really think that they would be the ones against this, because people who consume a lot of like prawn material usually view women as objects and lesser, right? So they—
yeah, but women making money, women being successful, they're all for that. The ends justify the means, am I right?
Want less of that, right? But no, it seems like they're perfectly fine with this shit, as long as they can use it as an excuse to shit on men.
Yep.
Holy moly, for the love of God, go back to glazing Hamas biker like you do best, alright? You just know Taylor here is buying—
dude, it's like these people, they always have the wrong takes. They have no fucking idea what they're talking about. They lie all the time. Together. They lie together. It's like they're not even lying to each other. They're together lying about the same shit. I don't fucking get it. They're just like making stuff up on the fly.
Hasan Piker's OnlyFans immediately. She's spending $1 million on that shit. She about to take out a loan just for the goods, bruh. Now click this video or you become a freaking loser hack like Taylor Lorenz.
No, I don't want that. Nobody wants that. You better do it. I got him linked down there in the description. You better go and subscribe to this man. But before you do that, like, comment, subscribe to me, and ring the bell for all notifications. We'll be back again tomorrow to cover some more drama slop reaction news. Let's go!